Hey there, fellow programmers! Today, I want to show you a cool piece of code that's going to help you build a functional and user-friendly sign-up form for your web applications using React. So, what does this code do? Well, it creates a beautiful and interactive sign-up form that collects essential information like first name, last name, email, telephone number, and address from your users. But it's not just a simple form, it's a smart one. This code takes advantage of React hooks and state management to keep track of what your users are typing in real time. It even performs some basic validation to make sure the data entered is correct. For instance, it checks if the email format is valid and it verifies the telephone number according to a simple pattern. The best part? It sends all this data to a fictional server endpoint using Axios, a popular HTTP client library for JavaScript. So, your user's information is securely collected and can be processed on the server side. Now, why is this code useful? Well, as budding web developers, you'll often need to create user-friendly forms like this for user registration, contact forms, and more. This code provides a solid foundation for building such forms, and you can easily customize it to fit the specific needs of your projects. Plus, it comes with CSS styles built in, so it's optimized for a great user experience. So, buckle up and dive into this code. It's a fantastic learning opportunity to level up your React skills and create user-friendly forms that will impress your users. In the first line, we import React and necessary dependencies to build a React application. We also import Axios, a library for making HTTP requests. Then, we define a functional component called myForm to create our signup form. Next, we initialize state variables using the useState hook. These states will help us manage various aspects of our form. Form data stores user input, errors for validation error messages, and response message to display server responses. We create a function called handleInputChange to track changes in input fields. It takes an event object as a parameter, extracts the field name and value, and updates the form data state accordingly. This ensures the form data stays in sync with user input. The handleSubmit function is called when the form is submitted. It first prevents the default form submission behavior to handle everything manually. This function will validate the form data and send it to the server if the data is valid. We check each form field for errors. If there are any issues, they are collected in the errors object. This step ensures that users provide valid input and prevents submitting incomplete or incorrect data. Here, we define functions isValidEmail and isValidTelephone to validate email and telephone number formats using regular expressions. This ensures that the provided email and phone number follow the expected patterns. We create a styles object to define CSS styles for our form, input fields, and the submit button. This step enhances the form's appearance and user experience. When rendering the form in the return statement, we define the structure of the form, including input fields for first name, last name, email, telephone, and address. We also include logic to display validation error messages, if any. The Save and Submit button is created with a click event handler linked to the handleSubmit function. When clicked, it triggers the validation and, if successful, sends a post request to a fictional server endpoint. Handling response after form submission, any response from the server, in this case a fictional message, is stored in the response message state and displayed to the user. This provides feedback on the success or failure of the operation. Lastly, we export the myForm component so that it can be used elsewhere in the application. By understanding each line of this code and following these steps, you can create a robust and user-friendly sign-up form in React. This code serves as a foundation for building more complex forms and improving your React development skills. In a real-world scenario, this code serves as a fundamental building block for creating user registration forms, contact forms, or any data collection forms in web applications. Here's how it fits into a bigger application. Extensibility. The modular structure of this code makes it easy to extend and customize for different forms. You can add more fields, change the validation logic, or adapt the styling to match your application's needs without rewriting everything from scratch. Reusability. Once you've built and tested this form component, you can reuse it across multiple parts of your application. Imagine having registration forms, login forms, and feedback forms all using the same underlying code, reducing redundancy and simplifying maintenance. Efficiency. By using React and hooks like useState, you ensure efficient state management. React efficiently updates and re-renders only the components affected by user interactions, making your application responsive and performant. Modern JavaScript technologies. This code leverages modern JavaScript technologies like ES6, React, and Axios. Familiarity with these technologies is highly valuable in today's web development landscape, and this project helps you practice and reinforce those skills. Server communication. The code demonstrates how to make HTTP requests to a server, a crucial skill for handling data in web applications. You can integrate this form with a real server to store user data or perform other server-side tasks. User experience. With the provided CSS styles, this form is optimized for a pleasant user experience. However, you can further enhance the design and interactivity to create engaging forms that users will love. In summary, this code is not just about building a sign-up form. It's about learning the best practices of web development, including reusability, extensibility, and efficient state management. These skills are transferable and essential when working on more significant web projects. By mastering these principles and technologies, you'll be well equipped to develop complex web applications with confidence and ease. Thanks for watching, everyone, and don't worry if you missed anything, we've added a link to the source code in the description. If you found this video to be insightful, helpful, or even thought-provoking, please like and subscribe for more of the same. Thanks again, and remember, we're always learning, so keep coding, keep exploring, and keep building amazing web applications.